I almost tossed my cookies at the dinner I was looking forward to the most. It was at a restaurant located at the very back of the ship, and the rocking got to be way too much for me. I had to leave to go get some fresh air, and I want you to learn from my mistake. Ahoy, sailors. My name is Rob, and I'm here to tackle virgin voyages one topic at a time. Welcome to OVT. So this will be another quick episode. The concept is super easy. I've done this on all my cruises since, and thankfully, I haven't had to leave a restaurant once. I had heard great things about the wake on virgin ships, and I am admittedly an unapologetic steak lover. So I was looking forward to that meal since the day we booked our reservations, and I'm not even exaggerating. So imagine how lousy I had to feel to walk away before being served. Most of you should know, if you watch my episodes, that I cruise a decent amount. I always worry about seasickness though, and have actually been really lucky. But the wake is located right at the aft of the ship, and for anybody who knows where ships move the most, that's pretty much the worst place to be if you're sensitive to motion. We were a group of 6 people, and we had sat down to eat just before our cruise pulled out of Cozumel. We had just been served our cocktails, and I remember somebody saying, "Oh, I guess we've left port." I guess they felt the movement. It really barely registered with me at the time, but I do remember feeling a bit warm. Soon after that, we had ordered our appetizers, and then we ordered our mains, and that was when I really started to feel the motion, and it hit me really quickly. I remember leaning into Tracy and saying to her that I was feeling a bit nauseous and I needed fresh air. I said that there was no way that I was going to make it back for my salad, but I did want her to text me when my steak showed up. To make a long story short, the fresh air helped quite a bit, and I made it back for my steak. And let me tell you what I've done since to completely fix the problem that I experienced. But first, have you gotten seasick on a cruise? Did it hit you right at dinner time? Leave a comment below. And while we're paused, please take a second to hit the subscribe button so that you won't miss any future episodes, and to let YouTube know that people like my content. Thank you in advance. Believe it or not, the issue was pulling away from our port. Even though you might think that the waters are calmest when you're close to shore, it's often the opposite of what's really going on. This is when the ship is doing some awkward maneuvering, changing course sharply, and entering open waters which have different currents, different winds, and different waves from what's going on closer to shore. And the process usually takes about 45 minutes to an hour. So looking back, was it the fresh air that made me feel better that evening, or was it just getting out of the port and into open water? My guess is a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. But regardless, this is what I do now. Avoid sail away if you can. It's actually pretty simple. Every cruise has an itinerary, and that'll tell you the all-aboard time for every single port. For example, on an upcoming sailing that we have, you can see here that our all-aboard times are 8 p.m., 6 p.m., 8 p.m., etc. If your ship is docked, know that it'll usually begin moving about 15 to 30 minutes after that time. And if you're in a tender port, it'll usually start moving about 45 minutes after the posted time. Do a bit of homework and find out if you'll be docked or if you need to tender into the port. Then do some math and add 15 minutes or 45 minutes based on what you learned. You don't want to be dining at those times, and I'd suggest you give it at least 45 minutes to be safe. Instead, book your dinner before the ship starts moving or well after. In the case of our 6 o'clock departures from the dock, we'll make our reservations for 7:15 or 7:30. By then, we've pulled out of the harbor, we've transitioned into open water, and the ship has stabilized on the course. For those 8 o'clock departures, we'll reserve our tables earlier. Let's say, 6:15 or 6:30, knowing that we'll be done and we'll be walking around when the ship starts rocking and rolling at 8:15 or 8:30. Of course, the ship doesn't always move enough to trigger seasickness, but if you're sensitive and you prefer the ounce of prevention approach, I promise you this technique has proven effective so far. Well, that's how to avoid dinner time seasickness. Pretty straightforward. And that's my one virgin topic for today. Do you have any questions? Are there any topics that you'd like to hear about? Leave me a message below. And until next time, ahoy, sailor.